Hey guys, and welcome to SwamiStudios. I am your host, Milan Swami, and I'm bringing you guys a battle against my good buddy Brian or Blade. His link will be in the box to your right. It'll have all the details. We are going to be having a PU tier matchup. Basically, PU is partially used. I'll link that in the description below as well. Just remind me, I hope I remember. These are the teams. I have a Dunsparce, a Kingler, a Raichu, a Hypno, a Wormadam, Trash, and a Seviper facing off against his Vespiquen, Rapidash, Sneasel, Tropius, Zebstrika, and Yanma. This tier is really interesting because it kind of combines the never used tier and the Little Cup tier for the most part. So basically that's what it kind of combines, and it's fun Pokemon. It's Pokemon you don't normally see, but they have a purpose. So I start off with my almighty Dunsparce, and I glare this Yanma. And right off the bat, that's a good play for me. Because of its speed boost, it can pretty much outspeed anything, and it hits decently well, especially in this tier. But because of Para Hacks and its speed boost, I'm able to start coiling and working my way up. And if it really particularly wants to, then it could, per se, he could switch out, or if he tries to attack, I can always roost it off and then just destroy him. So I'm going to get a second roost off, and he's actually going to bring in the Vespiquen right now, which is kind of sucky because this thing has amazing defense. Even though I don't think it's the best Pokemon, it has amazing defense, and I don't know, it's a bulky Pokemon that has a good weakness, and unfortunately I don't get a real chance to exploit its weakness in this matchup, but he poisons almighty Dunsparce, and that sucks. I do get a glare off, so I cripple two of his Pokemon, essentially. But this game was really weird. There was no Para Hacks or hacks of any sort whatsoever in this game for either of us. So I'm going to go for the Headbutt, and I'm going to hope for a Power Flinch. I do a little bit less than half, and I get hurt by the Rocky Helmet, which sucks. I get the Flinch, so I get one Power Flinch, which is great, but that was really it. This Headbutt with Serene Grace should have a chance of about 40% chance, I think, to make him flinch, plus the Paralyze. It didn't do either, and then he roosts off the damage. So now he's back even better than he was before, and almighty Dunsparce is going to die to the next attack that I do. I'm going to Headbutt, hope to get something so I can finish this thing off, and I can't. Obviously, the Rocky Helmet kills me, so that's the end of Dunsparce, but he gets to roost anyway, so it was all for nothing, and Dunsparce kind of got wasted, except for the fact that it paralyzed two of his Pokemon, which is fine. I'll take that. So I stand up my Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Texas Rattlesnake, and he's going to take away his Vespiquen. He has no idea what I'm going to throw at him, and to be quite honest with you, no Pokemon wants to take whatever this Seviper has for it. I use Flamethrower, and thanks to my Expert Belt, I don't know if it mattered or not, but thanks to my Expert Belt, that is a dead-ass Yanma. So that's one Pokemon down, and he brings out Zebstrika. And at this point, I don't really have anything that can hit this thing extremely hard, so he's going to Thunder Wave me, and that kind of sucks. I do have the Shed Skin ability, so I could technically get that off at some point soon. I'm just going to go for my strongest stab attack, which is Sludge Bomb, which does a solid 75 damage. Zebstrika has literally zero defense. Literally zero. He Wild Charges and takes me back down to the same thing he has. Ridiculous attack stat, but terrible defense. And the Sludge Bomb is going to finish off the Zebstrika. So Seviper gets the job done, at least to get one Pokemon down. So he's down two, and he's going to bring out Debbie the Rapidash. I actually gave him this Rapidash a long time ago. And he's going to Flare Blitz me with that, and that's going to be the end of Stone Cold. So there goes my second Pokemon. I didn't really have anything that I wanted to go in and switch to take something like that. So, yeah, that's too bad. But I'm going to send out MC Hammer, my Kingler, and he's going to be facing off against this Debbie. He's going to bring back Debbie and bring in Tropius. Now, Tropius is an interesting one because it's basically a wall for both sides. It has good HP and good defenses. I believe it has good HP as well. And I'm going to use an Agility. I probably should have Swords Dance. If I Swords Dance, maybe this return would have done a little bit something. But it does a very decent amount of damage. He's going to Leech Seed, and that's pretty much going to force me out. I would have gone, I guess that was the safer play, Leech Seeding whatever was going to come in. But he's going to expect that I have to switch out at this point, so I'm going to switch out from MC Hammer because it's just not worth it. And I'm going to bring in my Wormadam. So this is kind of interesting. He's going to go for the Leech Seed again. Just trying, you know, it was a safe play. It was a good play. So Wormadam is now seeded. And I forgot to put an item on it, which really sucks. I wish I realized, but I realized afterwards. Luckily, it didn't matter too much for Wormy. He's going to Protect, which I would not have done, because if you know Wormadam trashes, which not most people do, I mean, it's in the never used category for a reason, I Stealth Rock, which is going to be a major factor in this battle. He's going to seed and get some health that he doesn't need back. And he's going to go for an Air Slash. Thankfully, Wormadam is just a ridiculous wall. And I'm going to Toxic this thing. And then I'm going to get on out of here so I don't keep taking residual Leech Seed damage. So, Tropius is now poisoned. And that's going to start building up. So luckily for me, I can finally get this thing off the field. And when it switches back in, it's going to take a nice little amount of Stealth Rocks to the face. Maybe it's not off the field just yet. But here comes Mr. O-Power. My Hypno. And he's going to Air Slash, and it's going to do next to nothing. Hypno, being my specially defensive wall, takes that with ease, and Tropius is going to take some poison damage, and there it goes. So he's going to bring in his Vespiquen, and Vespiquen's going to take a massive amount of damage thanks to the Stealth Rocks. There goes 50%. So it does play a big part on Vespiquen. And Seismic Toss will finish it off. Amazingly awesome move. Really is. And Rocky Helmet sucks. I don't know if that played a role in this battle. Actually, I'm going to check that before I finish this commentary. So I get the leftovers back. And he is going to bring in his Sneasel. And, you know, he takes the Stealth Rock damage, which does its mark. And he uses Thief. And that move would have done exactly 81.2% to 97.3% with that Life Orb. And I was at exactly 81. So if it hit the minimal damage, I would not have lived. Unless I was full HP, I would not have lived that hit. So there goes Hypno, unfortunately. He's going to low sweep this Wormadam. Lower its speed. Not very, I guess, useful. I might have gone for the Thief for the stab. But either way, actually I guess Bug, maybe that was probably a better option. I don't know. But that is going to be a Gyro Ball to the Sneasel's face. And like my friend Brian said, it has -5 defense, so that is the end of that. So here comes Rapidash to take some nice Stealth Rock damage, take its nice generous 25% interest, and it's going to Flare Blitz 4 times effective on this Bug Steel Trash Wormadam. And nothing I had wanted to switch into that hit, and I can't blame them. So there is the end of Wormadam, and we are down to 2-2, I think 3. So here comes, it's actually 2-2. Here comes MC Hammer, the Kingler, and he's going to Flare Blitz because he really doesn't have anything to hit this with. He might have had Wild Charge, but I guess not. Maybe, actually, he said he was Choice Scarfed, so I guess he didn't want to switch in Tropius and take the damage. I don't know. Technically, he might have had a chance if he did switch out into Tropius to take on Kingler, and unless he doesn't have an attack. But he burns me on that Flare Blitz, takes the damage. Kingler's going to go with the Crab Hammer after missing the first time. This one will hit and finish off Debbie the Rapidash. So we are both going to die on that hit because of Life Orb plus the burn. So we're both down to our last Pokemon, and it's going to be my Raichu taking on his Tropius. So that is pretty much game. I have the Hidden Power Ice on my Raichu, along with not a Life Orb, I think I have Choice Specs. I have something on this Raichu. But either way, this Raichu has Hidden Power, Ice, and that is going to be the end of it. So, great battle, Brian. This was fantastic. I hope you guys enjoyed this PU battle. I'll have other tiered battles and Wi-Fi, just normal, etc., on my channel and on here. I'm Moonlight Swami, and I'll be talking to you guys later. Peace, I am out.